On this Q&A, we talk about tracking your success, Olaplex, and what to do about last-minute cancellations.
You supply the Q's and we bring the A's. It's the Form and Function Q&A show.
Hey there, welcome F&F Q&A 14. As always, welcome back, or welcome to the show if this is your first one. I'm Benjamin J. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Hairbrain for the amazing event that they put on in New York last weekend. The HVA ceremony was fantastic, and huge props to our Christian Awesome on his winning Best Coaching Video of the Year last year for how to hold your scissors. We could not be more proud of that video and of Christian's success and have him be a part of our team. So I just wanted to lead with that up front. So thanks Hairbrain, and way to go Christian. Let's get into the questions. Chris wants to know, I'm building my clientele up in the salon and I want to focus on tracking my guests and setting goals to set myself up for success. Do you have any advice or tools your salon uses to track goals? Chris, this is great, and props to you for wanting to know your numbers. I think it's fantastic that you want to have a better understanding of the business side and not just the creative side. My advice for tracking your numbers is to set up a spreadsheet. In our salon, we call it our scorecard. And really what you want to be doing is tracking your guests across multiple levels. But really what the main factors to look at for me are your total guest count and figuring out, are these regular requests or are these new requests? Are they pre-booking? Right? So keep track of whether or not, what is your percentage of people that are pre-booking their next services, and how much are they spending with you on either services or take home. Right? If you can track those numbers and you can start to see what you're doing, then you can start to set up goals for yourself. Right? So if you took, let's say a quarter, 13 weeks, and you looked at the average of what that was doing, you said, okay, so my guests, I'm typically seeing, I don't know what to even say. Let's just say 10 for easy math. 10 guests a week, and they're spending on average $60 on their services. So now my goal is going to be to get to 13, 15, 20 guests per week, and I want to bump their services up and get them up to $65, $70, $75 per visit, right? But without having the information now, it's really hard to set a goal for yourself. So set up a little spreadsheet for yourself, look at your numbers, start tracking it, and then see after 13 weeks where you're at, and then you can set up where you want to go. Lisa says, I'm so excited about using Olaplex for the first time, but not sure what to charge as an upgrade. Lisa, I think that's really smart to get some information about this before getting out there. First off, Olaplex has just been a smashing success, right? We added it to our salon, but if you just look at the industry, they have really come in with quite a unique product that seems to work really well. It came up through Instagram, I think is really where they built their name. And so if you wanted to look at a model, if anybody was interested in launching a product, Olaplex would be a good model to follow because they hit a home run right out of the gate. But for us in the salon, while doing better hair is always what we want to do, we want to also be making sure that we're growing our business. So looking at the Olaplex website, if you do the economics of it, if you get the larger salon kit, it's about $200, and they say that you get 70 or more applications out of it. So let's just go with 70. That means that your price per application is just under $3. All right. So keeping that in mind, now you can decide what you want to charge for it. I see some people that they only want to charge about $10, and if you're an independent and you get the smaller kit, the price per application is actually higher than $3. Right. And so if we're going to be bringing this into the salon, we need to think of the economics of how this then works. If we're in a salon that is commission-based and we're only going to charge $10 per upgrade, you got to remember that you have $3 in product cost. So that brings you down to $7, and then if you're going to split that commission with somebody, then you're only really making $3.50, right? And so I don't know if that would be worth it. I don't think that there's any way that people can tell you what to charge. But if you think about the fact that you've got $3 in product cost, I think that you need to figure out a way to make it more valuable for yourself. In our salon, I can tell you that we do an Olaplex upgrade at $30, right? So if they were getting a partial highlight at 95, they could add Olaplex for 30, so their total for their color would be 125. We've really been finding a lot of success with it, but that's for us. I did see on the Olaplex website, and maybe it's not there anymore, but it might have been in one of their earlier videos. They recommended their number 3 take home as a gift, right? Give that to the guests so that they can take it home and keep up their regimen. I think that that's a great offer, right? We're always trying to add value to the guests, but the take home number 3 is $14 wholesale, and so if you're only charging $10 or $15 or even $30, you can't afford to give away even at $30 the $14 take home, right? So I think that you should do the take home number 3 as a separate retail item and charge $25 to $30 for that alone. So that would be my advice on pricing for Olaplex. The last thing that I wanted to share with everybody is, I don't know if it's because the weather's been getting nicer or Facebook has just been messing with my algorithm, but I feel like I've been seeing a lot more people talk about last minute cancellations. And I just wanted to talk for a moment on when we're talking about that online. I think that there are a lot of times where we can be active and represent ourselves in a better way when we're talking about last minute cancellations, or there's ways that we can come down on ourselves and it doesn't look good. What I'm trying to say is, when you're on Facebook and you get a last minute cancellation and then you say, hey guys, got a last minute cancellation this afternoon, if you fill it, I'll give you 25% off. I've been seeing this a lot lately, and I just don't think that it does you justice, right? First off, it makes you look kind of desperate. It doesn't hold your services in very high regard, unfortunately. And then doing a last minute discount, it doesn't hold up to your price. And also, what if one of your other guests that's coming in this afternoon sees that and thinks, well, how come I'm not getting 25% off? I kept my reservation, right? That would make me upset if I was one of your guests. I think the better way to present it is, if you do end up having a last minute cancellation, is instead of saying, I had a last minute cancellation, would be to say, I have 1 availability left this afternoon, right? And I still wouldn't put a discount on it, but I would say, I have 1 availability left this afternoon and I would love to see you in the salon. That makes it sound like you have a lot more demand, right? Supply and demand. If you're in demand and you can present yourself like you're in demand, then people want to come and see you. People don't want to come to a place that sounds like they're desperate and they're just trying to attach on to somebody else. So that was just my thought. I just wanted to share it with you because I feel like I've seen it coming up a lot lately. And yeah, I think that a lot of times it's not what we say but how we say it, and I think that that's an example of that. So this weekend I'll be at the Paul Mitchell Schools in Ohio. I really hope to see a ton of people there. I always have a great time when I'm in Ohio, and I look forward to seeing everyone. Thanks.